I'm not usually one to post here, but I've been sitting on this for a couple of days, and I can't shake it. I need to get this off my chest because it's eating me alive. I don't even know where to start, but I guess I'll just dive in. This is the story of the absolute worst day of my life, hands down, no contest. It's long, so bear with me. I'm still trying to process it all. It was last Thursday, and I was already dreading the day before it even started. I work as a line cook at a mid-tier restaurant in a medium-sized city. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills. Barely. The restaurant's one of those farm-to-table places that charges $25 for a burger and fries, but the kitchen's a sweaty, chaotic mess. I've been there for about 2 years, and I'm used to the grind. Long hours, screaming managers, and customers who send back perfectly good food because it's not vibing with their aesthetic. Yeah, that's a real quote I overheard once. Thursday was a 12-hour shift, which isn't unusual for me. I was scheduled from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., covering both the lunch and dinner rushes. I woke up at 8:30, already exhausted because I'd barely slept. My neighbor's dog barks like it's auditioning for a horror movie every night, and my apartment walls are paper thin. I chugged some instant coffee, threw on my grease-stained work pants, and headed out. The sky was gray, but the weather app said 20% chance of rain, so I figured I'd be fine without an umbrella. Famous last words. The shift started bad and got worse. Lunch rush was insane. Some corporate group booked half the restaurant for a team-building lunch, and they all ordered at once. The kitchen was a war zone. Tickets piling up, sous chef yelling about plating, and I'm over here burning my hand on a skillet because someone forgot to restock the oven mitts. By 2 p.m., I was already dreaming of quitting, but I've got rent to pay, so I powered through. Dinner was even worse. A food critic showed up unannounced, and the manager was losing his mind, hovering over us like a hawk. I'm pretty sure I sweated through my shirt twice over. By the time 10 p.m. rolled around, I was a walking zombie. My feet were screaming, my back ached, and my hands smelled like onions no matter how much I scrubbed them. I clocked out, grabbed my backpack, and stepped outside, only to be greeted by a freaking monsoon. The 20% chance of rain had turned into a full-on biblical downpour. No warning, no nothing. The streets were flooding, and I had a 20-minute walk home because my car's been in the shop for a week. Alternator issues, don't ask. I tried calling an Uber, but the app kept crashing, and the one driver who accepted canceled after 5 minutes. So I started walking. Let me paint the picture. It's pitch black except for the occasional streetlight. The rain's coming down so hard it's like being pelted with marbles, and I'm in a hoodie and jeans that are soaking through in seconds. My shoes? Squishing with every step. My phone's at 3% battery, and I'm praying it doesn't die because I need Google Maps to avoid the sketchy parts of town. By the time I'm halfway home, I'm shivering. My socks are basically swimming pools, and I'm muttering curses to myself like a crazy person. I probably looked like I just crawled out of a sewer. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I get to my apartment building. It's one of those old, slightly run-down complexes with a flickering hallway light and a landlord who takes 3 weeks to fix a leaky faucet. I live on the 3rd floor, no elevator, so I trudge up the stairs, dreaming of a hot shower and the leftover pizza in my fridge. I reach into my pocket for my keys, and nothing. I check the other pocket. Nothing. My backpack? Nope. My heart sinks. I realize I must have left them at the restaurant in my locker, which I sometimes do when I'm in a rush to clock out. Except the restaurant's locked up tight by now, and there's no way I'm walking back in this storm. I stand there, soaked to the bone, staring at my front door like it's personally betrayed me. I try the handle, just in case, locked, obviously. I jiggle it harder, like that's gonna magically fix things. Nada. At this point, I'm so tired and frustrated that I just slump against the door and let out a pathetic laugh. Like, what else can go wrong? That's when I remember my roommate, Jake. Jake's a decent guy, works as a graphic designer, but he's the flakiest person I know. He's always forgetting stuff. His phone, his wallet, his own birthday once. I figure he's probably home, so I bang on the door. No answer. I knock again, louder. Nothing. I'm yelling his name now, probably waking up half the building. But I don't care. I'm desperate. I try texting him, but my phone dies right as I hit send. Perfect. I'm standing there, dripping water all over the hallway, when Mrs. Kowalski from 3B pokes her head out. She's this sweet old lady who always gives me her extra coupons, but she's also nosy as hell. "Everything okay, dear?" she asks, eyeing me like I'm a drowned rat. I explain the situation, trying not to sound like I'm about to cry, and she offers to let me use her phone to call Jake. I thank her profusely and step into her apartment, which smells like mothballs and lavender. She hands me her ancient flip phone, and I dial Jake's number. Straight to voicemail. Of course. Mrs. Kowalski, bless her, offers me a towel and some tea, but I'm too embarrassed to stay. I thank her again and head back to the hallway, where I'm now officially out of options. The rain's still hammering outside, and I'm starting to feel like I'm in some kind of cosmic prank show. I consider my choices. I could try to break into my own apartment. Probably a bad idea. Sleep in the hallway like a hobo, or walk back to the restaurant in the hopes that someone's still there. None of these sound appealing, but I'm leaning toward the hallway option when I hear footsteps coming up the stairs. It's Jake. Thank God it's Jake. He's got his headphones on, bopping his head like he's in a music video, completely oblivious to the fact that I'm standing there looking like I just survived a shipwreck. I yell his name, and he jumps, nearly dropping his phone. "Dude, what happened to you?" he says, pulling off his headphones. I'm too tired to even snap at him. I just point at the door and say, "Open it, now." He fumbles with his keys, unlocks the door, and I practically collapse inside. The apartment's a mess, dishes in the sink, laundry on the couch, but it's dry, and that's all I care about. I peel off my soaked clothes, throw them in the bathroom, and wrap myself in a blanket. Jake's hovering, asking if I'm okay, and I'm just like, I need a minute. I grab a beer from the fridge, chug half of it, and sit on the couch, staring at the wall. That's when Jake decides it's a good time to tell me he's moving out next month. Apparently, he got a job offer in another city, and he's been meaning to tell me. I just stare at him, blanket wrapped around me like a burrito, and I don't even know what to say. I'm too drained to be mad, but inside I'm screaming. Rent's already a stretch, and now I've got to find a new roommate? In this economy? I just nod and say, "Cool, congrats." Because what else am I supposed to do? I finally get that shower, and it's the best thing I've ever felt. The hot water washes away some of the misery, but not all of it. I'm still thinking about the keys, the storm, the shift, Jake moving out, all of it. I crawl into bed, and my last thought before passing out is that I have to be back at work in 10 hours. I don't even set an alarm because I know my body's too tired to oversleep. The next morning, I wake up to a text from my manager. "You left your keys in the locker." I've got them in the office. Great. Another walk to work, but at least it's not raining. I get there, grab my keys, and my manager has the nerve to ask if I can cover an extra shift this weekend. I say yes because I'm an idiot who needs the money. So yeah, that was my Thursday. I'm still not over it. I keep replaying it in my head, wondering if I pissed off some higher power, or if this is just what adult life is now. I'm 27, and I thought I'd have my shit together by now. But here I am, getting locked out of my own apartment and dealing with a roommate who's bailing on me. I don't know if I'm looking for advice or just needed to vent. But if anyone's got tips on how to survive days like this without losing it, I'm all ears. Also, if anyone knows a decent roommate in the Redacted City area, hit me up. Thanks for reading this novel. I'm gonna go heat up that pizza now. TLDR. Worked a brutal 12-hour shift, got caught in a storm, found my front door locked because I forgot my keys, and my roommate's moving out. Send help.